Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life. Yes, the puppies are running from one room to another. And would you guys stop touching my desk? They are wild today, prepared. They are wild, but I am prepared. That's for sure. How are y'all today? Welcome to a new week, Monday through Friday. Hope everyone had a good Monday at work. And oh my gosh, this is not good. Okay, there, I can break them apart. That would not have been a good picture if I could not have broken apart 2 treats to keep the dogs quiet. So anyhow, how are y'all doing? Okay, they're quiet now. That's good. I never know for the moment I open up what's going to, they were literally, Wrigley and Pia were running. They have what I call the zoomies. They were running from one side of the house to the other, just back and forth, back and forth, back. I'm like, why don't I have that energy is all I want to know. So I'm hoping my graphics are working okay because I'm getting some weird computer stuff right now, but we will see how things go. Aw, thank you, Princess Megan. So as everyone is coming in, we started talking about this case over on Burdens. And, but I thought this way we can kind of step back, go through it a little slower, look at what's been going on. If anyone has any ideas, we can talk about different things that people are thinking about and all. So, and in the end, hopefully we can get her picture out. We can get her gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this girl is gorgeous. Get her face out. Okay, so more and more people might be able to recognize her if they happen to come across her. So if you guys pull up your chair, grab a drink. I got me some water and a Coke Zero sitting here for me, whether I need caffeine or not. Well, actually, wait. Coke Zero is zero oh no, but it has caffeine. Okay, I'm fine. It has caffeine. That's all that matters. So pull up your drink of choice and I will see you right after this.
Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life.
Okay, let's see how we do here. First of all, oh, sorry, I'm hitting buttons in my computer, and yeah, something's really weird. Who all do we have in chat other than, I noticed I had Princess Megan there earlier. How you doing, girl? And who else? We had Burden popping in saying hi. Welcome, my dear. I'm hoping my graphics aren't glitching. I'm actually literally doing all this glitchiness on my end, so I'm hoping you guys are seeing nice, solid colors and it doesn't do anything weird when I move my mouse because that's what it seems to be doing. And also, let's see, who all do we have? Let me pull this up so we can say hi. I said a quick hi to Princess Megan. There's Nicole. Hello, Miss Nicole. Yep, the baby doggies are acting up, but they're happy now. They're actually very happy, sitting in the stroller and all that. Hi, Running Fox. Hope you're doing good, my dear. And welcome. Let's see, JP. I am doing very good, JP. It's the start of a work week. Had a busy weekend. 18-hour Saturday, so it was crazy, but it was good. It was so much fun. Nutty Buddy. Hey, Nutty Buddy. Welcome, my dear. And sorry, y'all, I changed my name and I know who this is. Christola, isn't it? Nutty Buddy is Christola, if I remember right from Robbie's live. You change. Yeah. YouTube is cutting down on people being able to change their name willy-nilly. So be careful when you change your name. You have no idea when you'll get it back. Actually, you got to wait a week. I think it's 1 week, something like that. So, and also who all we got here for it? Hello, here for it. You're here for it, aren't you, girl? And also, Nutty Buddy, Christola, thank you for sharing out Brittany's Facebook group. It's a small group right now. They're just starting to do some discussion over there. But I've been able to pull quite a bit of information from there. And it's a lot of community. You guys know the groups that I tend to want to go towards are the ones that are not necessarily out there talking about whodunits and pointing fingers and stuff like that. It's more about let's get the facts out because the facts are what are going to bring people home. And in this case, there's a lot of family, not family, friends, community people who may have gone to school with her or kids went or whatever. And that's when you really see how these are communities. These aren't just stories. These are communities. They're people who have been affected by all this. Miss KK working on Mardi Gras stuff. Ooh, when is Mardi Gras? Because I know Lent comes up. When Mardi Gras comes up, what am I going to give up for Lent this year? That's going to be a question of the day. What does Loco give up for Lent? 11 days. Yep. 11 days. Oh, wait. 11 days was for what again? Sorry, Nicole. And I'm trying to sit here and go through because I know that this one started on the 10th, this case, and we're here on the 16th right now. And sorry, I'm just checking text messages. Okay, here we go. So I think I said, oh, it's 11 days for changing names. Sorry, the boom, bang. Okay, I figured out where I am now. I'm sitting in my room and I know what I'm talking about finally. Wow, that's a surprise. It's a big surprise. So anyhow, and also, hey, it's going to teach us. It's going to teach us that, you know what? Just be yourself. If you're going to come on YouTube, be yourself. Okay, it's too hard to fake being other people. Okay, come on. It's hard enough just being our own people, to be honest, gang. So, hey, BC, how you doing, my dear? Hello, aloha, my dear. Okay, let's get to start. First of all, the woman we're talking about today, Brittany T, is the person that you are seeing right up in the corner here. I'm going to leave her thumbnail up, well, her little picture up there, so people at all times will be able to see pictures of her. Hello, my dear Sleuth. How you doing? Sleuth is back at work now, okay? Vacation time is over, ain't it, girl? And also, yeah, no, I know. And that's exact. Oh, yeah. If anyone knows Cristola, it could have been much worse. much worse. And so we got lucky. We got lucky with the name change on her right there. So, and also, anyhow, let's see. Let me bring up the video of the posters and all for Brittany. Now, Brittany, as I mentioned earlier, Burton has been talking about Brittany's story also. We've been able to get to know, because a lot of this, when we start covering a story, we want to get to know the person, what makes them tick, what's going on in their lives, because for us, it's just a picture and a picture, a face, sometimes words, things like that, but we want to really get to understand who they are, because a lot of times when someone goes missing, that can come into play, understanding who they are. And hello, Kiki's eyes. And so Brittany lived with her boyfriend. There's very little information out about Brittany, and things are kind of changing. We're getting new information very regularly at this point. And some of the information that we're finding out is not actually true anymore. Okay, so that becomes another issue that goes on. So like the next thing I was going to say is Brittany spends most of her time with her boyfriend. I have read in one area that she stayed with some other roommates also, that there were a couple of people in this house that they lived on. The house was on West Main Street, actually, which was another thing that has changed recently. But definitely I can get it down to the point that she lived with her boyfriend. Her mom and dad, or her mom, lived in a town called Spencer. Now, this is in Massachusetts. So, hey there, dog defender. How you doing, dog? And so they're in Massachusetts, and I will pull up a Google Earth map for all of us at some point to go through this. Long story short, before we get into it a little bit more detailed, is on the 10th around 8:30, she supposedly, according to her boyfriend, left the house, to go see her mom. Normally, and we'll go over this again later. It's like an 11-minute drive. She did not have a vehicle at that point. It was 8:30 at night. She was going to walk to her mom's house. Okay, this was 6.7 miles-ish away-ish, because I don't have the exact street address of where her parents live right now. But from around where they lived to Spencer, it was 6.7-ish miles. So gives you an idea there at 8:30 at night. So what I want to start this with right now is a quick video that just came out about 2 hours ago. It's from CBS Boston, and they were able to talk to her sister. Now, like many of you guys out there, you have your sibling. That sibling relationship can be one of the tightest, it could also be one of the worst relationships in the world, but for many of us, it is a very tight relationship. I talk with my brother every day usually. I mean, we have a family text group that is usually buzzing all day long. Okay, Brittany talked with her sister every day. So when she went missing and she wasn't hearing from her sister, she knew something was up. And so I want to go back to that real quickly. Scarlett, welcome, Scarlett. How you doing, my dear? Hey, girl. And I think yeah, there we go. And there, okay. Let me pull this up so we can kind of listen in to this real quick video, audio from the news tonight for a real quick update.
Police are planning to expand the search for a missing woman from Brookfield. Brittany T hasn't been seen since Tuesday night, and her family is desperate for answers. They say it's just not like the 35-year-old to be out of touch with them for this long. WBZ's Louisa Moeller is live for us in Brookfield tonight, where state police have been going door to door. And Louisa, I know you spoke with Brittany's sister.
Yeah, Ken, before last week, Brittany's sister told me she spoke with her almost daily. So when 1 day passed, 2 days passed, almost 3 days, and they didn't hear anything, they grew very worried.
We've always known where she was. We've always talked to her almost daily. So it's just so out of the norm for her. And that's what scares us. I just don't know.
Brittany T stood in the cold, desperate for answers Monday. Her sister Brittany has been missing for 6 days, and her family is baffled.
She would not leave on purpose this long. Like, she always contacted us, no matter what. She's never left.
Brittany T was last seen leaving this Brookfield farmhouse where she lives with her boyfriend on Main Street. That was 8:30 last Tuesday night, January 10th.
She was on foot, yeah. We do have her car. We're going to her car right now, looking for anything that might help us in that regard.
Days passed with no sign of the 35-year-old, and her mother reported her missing Thursday night.
We didn't hear from her Wednesday. We didn't hear from her Thursday morning. So by the afternoon, my mom started getting concerned. And then by Thursday night, she's like, oh, this is just not right.
Since then, the ground search for the 5'6" blue-eyed woman included state police dogs and a drone surveying the woods near her house. Today, investigators went door to door, chatting with neighbors.
Check your garages. Check your sheds. If you got a hunting blind, check that too.
On Tuesday, Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early says the search will expand from a 2-mile to a 3-mile radius.
She had her phone, we think her iPad, because we can't find it, and her wallet.
Bethany and friends are also doing what they can, printing flyers, spreading the word online with a message that they pray Brittany will hear.
Just come home. You're loved so much, more than you know.
Brittany is 5'6", 120 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black winter jacket, hoodie, jeans, and work boots. Live in Brookfield, Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
All right, Louisa.
Okay, so that's one of the most important things for me when we get to start seeing the family, the community, the signs up for people. They're not alone. They have each other to lean on. And this is where we step in and we can help them get the word out. Okay, we know that she went missing. She's allegedly walked away from her house to go visit her mom and dad, her parents. Okay, did that happen or not? We don't know. We don't know. That's what we're being told right now. That's what the police are going after. The police are going out there looking in the woods. They're trying to find things out. We do know, for example, okay, on the 10th, okay, when she, and actually let me step us up to here so you got a lot more pictures to look at here. When she walked out of her house on the 10th, around 8:30 at night, she was dressed with a hoodie, work boots, pants, and a winter jacket. She had her phone and she had her cards. That's about all we know, other than one extra info. Her phone pinged in that general vicinity. They have an area where, and it was pretty close to where she was at that time. Were they fighting? Great question, dog. Was there a fight? We don't know. We know very little. In fact, right here, the picture up here of the man and the woman here, that is actually the two of them. From my understanding, he is clean shaven now. There's not a lot. In fact, pictures, this is the limits of the pictures of what I found. Okay, Burden, thank you so much for sending me what you had found. Otherwise, it would have been much smaller. People are right now trying to find other things and all that. But right now, on the 10th, she got up, and let me pull up Google Earth to show you exactly, as we walk through this, just where she would have been walking to. So this is, I agree, prayers for sure. Prayers for sure in this case, guys. Okay, so this is the area. For those people who kind of want to get an idea of where in Massachusetts, because a lot of people are wondering, okay, how close to the border, okay, border to another state it is, things like that. You're almost smack dab right in the center, okay, of Massachusetts here. Let me open that up a little bit, because what I want to do now is go in. I have two places marked here. The one on the left is an address. Hey, Tammy, welcome, Tammy. How you doing, my dear? Hey, hope you're having a good day. 16 West Main. I've gotten a couple different addresses, but what people have gotten, they think is around 16 West Main is the street, the address where she lived. Okay, you can see in that news story, you can see where they showed the house and all. So people were working with that. Now, this other location here is the town of Spencer. Spencer is where her parents live. We don't know where in Spencer. It could be at the west side. It could be the east side. We don't know. But we do know it was a different town. And her plans that night at 8:30, according to her boyfriend, was to get up, and because her car was not working, she was going to walk from West Main to Spencer. Now, let me zoom in a little bit more. Distance. I tried to get the distance so we kind of had a good idea about how far this was. Okay, if she had her car, yeah, this is something she would have done probably whenever she wanted to visit her parents. 11-minute drive. That's all it is. So it looks like a lot more than it is. Okay, it's 6.7 miles. Now, during the week, yeah, guys, I hate to say it, Running Fox, JP Hansen, yeah, I've got questions on the walking issue. I'm not her, though. And if we're not that person, we really don't know. We can have our red flags go up big time, though. I don't know what the weather was like that night. I do know, Burden, you looked it up about an hour ago, and it was like 38 degrees or something like that. So we're talking near freezing at this point. 8:30 at night. Yeah, probably about there. I don't know if they had a storm going through or if it was a really nice, abnormally warm evening or something like that. It's possible. 30 degrees, Burden. Thank you so much for sharing that. And also it gives us some ideas. It definitely gives us some ideas. But looking at this, if you're looking through this, there's definitely a road that will take you from one place to another. So if she was walking, she could have gone missing at any place on that walk if she was walking on the road. Okay, there are definite worries that I would have of someone picking her up, okay, grabbing her, things like that. It happens all the time. Okay, well, not all the time, thank God, not all the time, but enough for us to be concerned about. And also, that's one of the cases that pop up. The other is there is a lot of woods in this area. A lot of woods to cover. What I want to do now is come into the location itself. Okay. I'm not 100% sure. This is 16 West Main. Now, I tried to go on to Street View, gang, and Street View is not even accessible here. Okay, so I'm not sure how old these pictures are. We all know Google Earth. Car goes driving through the area. Okay, most of us have probably seen it at one time of our life or another. They've never done a Google Earth street there. So I'm not sure, is this actually the house and they've chopped down a bunch of trees? Or is this the house? It kind of looks, but there's some bits of it that don't look, so I'm not sure. And so there's a lot of different possibilities that can go on within that. And so let's see. So on the 10th, around 8:30, she started this walk according to her boyfriend. 8:30 happened. Now, the problem comes down to this point. What actually happened after that? Okay. If she was off on her own, what route did she take? Things like that. If it's something between the two of them, police will take care of that. They'll start interviewing. We don't know if the boyfriend is involved in interviews at this point or anything like that. There's very little information coming out. And there's reasons why police do that. Police do have reasons for why they do those things. And also, nothing really happened between the 10th and the 13th. Okay, if you're going through there looking at the 10th, 11th, 10th was a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing. Family, like the sister said, the first day she goes without a phone call, she gets worried. The second day, even more so. By the time they were getting to the third day, they're like, oh, hell, something is wrong here, and we got to take care of this. We got to make sure that we got to report it, do all the things we talk about. Guys, unless you guys really want the Google Earth up right now, I'm going to switch back. I can bring it back up at a heartbeat if we need to, but I think it's more important right now for us to share pictures of her. So I have it here. If we need to pull it up, let me know, and I can pull things up at a heartbeat if you guys need it, but I want to make sure her picture is up here as much as possible. And so on the 13th, the family got concerned. They had not heard from her, and they reported her missing at this point. The report goes in. The report went in by her family. Now, that is a concern. I know a lot of us have talked about boyfriend not making that report. I'll be honest with you. Okay, if I had even one of my friends, and I do this all the time, if one of my friends has to walk to, a different parking structure, I'll call and make sure, did you get there okay, and things like that. Okay, now I don't know, maybe those things happen there. We don't know about it. Okay, but it took the family to report her missing from the sound of it at this point. The reporting happened on the 13th. Now, unfortunately, for reasons known to the police, active looking for her did not start until the 15th, which was yesterday. I don't know what the thoughts are behind that. It could be Their thought, you know what? She's an adult. We talk about this all the time. People feel that, oh, well, it's an adult who's gone missing. Maybe they have their own plans, just they wanted some time off or this or that or whatever. We got to give them 72 hours, 48 hours, something. Maybe that was the case here. Maybe they just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not there. I can't answer that. But what did happen at that point was the family was like, okay, we've got a problem. We're worried. We're not hearing anything. We don't see things happening. They went out and they pushed and pushed and said, you guys, you got to take this seriously. And exactly as Nicole just said, trust the family. We can't say this enough. Families know what's going on. Families know when something is not right. Okay, this area, the house area itself, you guys saw all the woods. Okay, here, I'll bring it up real quick again. All the woods here, right there. That yellow mark is around where the house is. Okay, there are some, from my understanding, according to the County Registry of Deeds, there are 90 acres connected to this housing area, this house area. 90. Okay, there is a lot of open land there. There is a horse stable area connected to this. And anyone knows if you're going to have a horse stable area, you've got to have pretty wide open area. Okay, so the police right now are heavily looking at the idea that, yes, she walked out and she's gotten lost, gotten hurt, something like that out there. Okay, and that is one of the very good possibilities at this point. The police themselves have said, let me pull this up here. Let's see, investigators are asking anyone in Brookfield with video surveillance cameras to contact the police. Also, authorities are urging local residents to check any structure on their property, including sheds, barns, or garages. Quote, we have her on foot and we have her out in the elements. So yeah, we're really concerned. Worcester DA Joseph D. Early Jr. said at Monday's press conference earlier today. That's why we're asking for the public's help. But she might have gone to a friend's house. She might be in several different places that the family is aware of. I don't want to get into those conversations, just that we know she's missing and we haven't heard from her. We continue to investigate the disappearance. Search teams worked areas near her home extensively. They started on a two-mile radius from where she went missing, and then you guys know the way this works. Okay, 2 miles becomes 3 miles, and they kind of work their way out, kind of like a bullseye with where she went missing right in the center section. And that's what we've got going on there. Yeah, Cajun, I don't have the Discord in there because our Discord link changes every week. It's a problem with Discord. Discord changes their invite address every week. So I tend to share that one on lives and stuff like that. So thank you, though, for thinking about it, though, my dear. I really appreciate that. And also, so they picked it up on the 15th. Being yesterday, started thinking, okay, what's going on? Could she be out? Burden brought up a great idea earlier about how they're kind of covering this a lot like you hear people cover a child walking away from a house. You know how they start saying, oh, look in all your garages and look in all these little areas in your yard. They're doing that in this case. And I was thinking about that, and part of me started getting into the idea that if their concern is that she did go walking, okay, to go to her, okay, even if they did have a fight, maybe she decided, you know what, we had a fight, I'm going to walk and go see, okay, my mom, okay, rather than take an Uber or something, I'm going to go and do it this way. And they may be concerned that she got cold. It was a cold night, and she found a place that she could hunker down in and get a little warmer. Okay, and could something have happened while she was there? So that's why they're asking people to check those areas. One of the things I've also noticed is a lot of the local community has said this area here that she would have walked has a lot of video cameras. Okay, let me pull this out. There's a lot of video cameras, especially as you go through the town here. So you've got gas stations, banks, all sorts of things like that. One person even said that they actually had looked at their own videos to make sure, okay, because they actually knew Brittany and they're worried about her. So they went through the company stuff to see if they saw her, and they had not seen her on theirs. However, there's a lot of different roads she could have taken through there. But it is good news, yes, knowing that that video camera footage is out there. Guys, sometimes it's just as important. Yes, I can share her information. Trying to find, oh, okay, got it. Let me pull this up here. She's from Brookfield, Massachusetts. And your message, Nutty Buddy, let me check. Oh, message. Okay, sorry, just this one, you got it. So, oh, okay, sorry, Christola. I thought I had posted the poster in the Discord missing posters folder. And then in Mod Chat, I've got the Facebook group, if that helps you, my dear. And, but yeah, she's in Brookfield, Massachusetts. Definitely looks, let me pull this up again so you guys can see distance-wise how far she is from the coast. Now, we kind of know these two dots right there are 6.7 miles apart. So it's not horribly far away, but it's pretty close. It is pretty close. I mean, and then Boston, you've got a lot of areas with water within Boston too. And guys, that's one reason why in this case, we cannot just stop ourselves at thinking that something is related to her, okay, the boyfriend and her getting in a fight, okay, or her getting lost in the woods, or because she seriously, anyone could have been walking that highway, that road right there, whatever it is, highway, whatever it is, okay, and picked her up in any of these pretty sparse areas. There's a hospital right there, University of Massachusetts. It would have been, oh, wait, that was too far. Sorry, my fault. And, but all this area, look how wild that is. Okay, that's quite a bit right there. 68.7 miles from the ocean. Thank you, Cajun True Crime. That would be amazing. Thank you for that info. And, but guys, if someone picks someone up on the highway, that is why this is important, gang. Okay, that is why we are out here sharing pictures and stories out. Because if someone picked her up on the road and she could be anywhere. Okay, guys, I hate going into this. I really hate saying these words, but this month alone is Trafficking Month. Okay, Trafficking Awareness Month is this month. Okay, it's real. Things like that are real. Are we saying that it was something in a case, in this case? No, we don't know. None of us know. The police may have a little bit more of an idea here, but that they even don't have the full thing, because I don't know, is the boyfriend talking? Okay, did anyone see? Did cameras pick her up? They are holding on to information a little tighter. Even the family, okay, like she showed today. That sister was standing outside of the police department in that interview. She was showing pictures of her sister in front, okay, standing right there in front of the police station saying this needs to be covered. And so, yeah, go ahead, Nutty, no problem. And we'll keep an eye with all those. So, yeah, and that's what they need to do is follow the cam footage. Is there? Following that from where she started it, going on from there. Okay, could they see her at all? Are there any video cameras showing her walking? She's extremely pretty, like really pretty is perfect perfect way to say it. Okay, she is beautiful. And yeah, we don't, hey, Mercy, how you doing, my dear? Hope you had a good weekend. We don't want to jump to these conclusions, gang. But rather than us focus on all of these things, okay, whodunits and stuff like that, let's focus on trying to get the information out that needs to get out. Because what if someone in Boston has seen her? Okay, what if she got in an accident on the way? Okay, and doesn't quite realize what's going on? Okay, people could see her. And if they haven't seen her poster, if they haven't seen her picture, they're not going to recognize that. So tomorrow they will be moving from a 2-mile search radius to a 3-mile search radius. They're also saying that she had her phone with her, and they are working with all of the different social media groups. They're working with Apple. They're working with Facebook. They're working with all of them to find out not only has she pinged in any of these areas, but has she logged in from any areas? Has she posted updates, started trying to post an update, or all sorts of different things? Okay, and yeah, and I hate to say that is always a possibility. It's not a definite, but there is. Okay, there are, we call them red flags, right? They are red flags when someone goes missing and there's these things that just don't sound right or feel right. On the other hand, okay, guys, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Okay, even though I agree, I think there's a very big red flag there. But what if the person is being quiet and maybe they were contacting her throughout the night and she's like, oh, I'm fine, or something? We don't know the full story right now. And the police do, though. And guys, our police do an amazing job. Yes, like anything in life, you've got some cases and some places where people don't do their job. But in the large, vast majority of the time, they do. The problem is certain departments decide to keep things quieter than other departments. Things that are catching me on this is they are very, very focused on the phone, okay, which is making me wonder, okay, is there more information than just the last place they saw her? Okay, by the way, I just looked down here at the map you see on the right there. That's more of a, rather than a satellite map, just showing you what is around. And sorry, I just noticed when I moved it, my circle moved. That circle is supposed to be to the right a little bit. Sorry, I just noticed I added a bunch of pictures last minute and I was like, oops, I didn't move my circle. And also, but yeah, it's really, there's a lot of possibilities running Fox. It is a lot more rural than I pictured in my mind. Yes. That's one of the first things that gets me. I've started looking up maps as quickly as possible now, because a lot of times I'm picturing places based off of where I live. Okay. A neighborhood looks like my neighborhood, but I guarantee you, Cajun True Crime's neighborhood or Nutty Buddy's neighborhood looks totally different than what I'm used to. Okay, but in our minds, we kind of get these ideas of stuff. No worry, JP. You're cool. It's okay, my dear. And so looking at those things really does help us figure out, because there's a lot of woods there. There are a lot of woods there. And when you pull all of these things in together, like I said, there's very little information also out there right now. I suspect that's going to change, because we do know that the police really got into searching today. Today was the first real day of full force searching. Okay, they initially started their search by talking to family, finding out what goes around with you. Yep. See, there you go. Nutty Buddy is like, yep, I got woods everywhere around you. Cajun True Crime. Yeah, are there any Janes? Okay, people that don't have a name. Okay, something could have happened to her if she was walking. And she could look different. She could, have hurt herself or something like that. And so there's a lot of possibilities here. I do know they were out today with drones. So I think the drone use will continue, especially with that much woods, The police right now are not asking for the community's help in search efforts. Now, what do I mean by search efforts? I mean organized searches where you meet up and you're like, okay, you have this sector, things like that. Dog defender, I don't know if there's any other women missing in that area. That's something we'll have to let me see if I can look at while I'm talking up. And I think what the police are asking for right now is they are going off of the idea that she walked away and could be somewhere in the woods. So they're asking for neighbors' help and the idea of look in your garage, look in tool sheds, look in all those places. Nutty Buddy, they are asking amazing questions, and that's why I love it. I love it when you guys ask these questions, especially, unfortunately, when there are not a lot of information on a case. And so it's kind of pulling all this stuff together. So Brookfield, Massachusetts, missing people. Let's see if I could get any lists popping up, or is it just her? So I haven't heard about a lot of missing people whatsoever in this case. I don't know if this is an area. I did notice when I was in the Facebook group, a lot of people were kind of talking about potential let me clarify this right now, not related in this case, but in general, various gang type situations. Okay, gang, not like Crips and Bloods, but other types of gangs in the area, which was interesting. I need to do more research into that. But I think also, honestly, gang, I'm going to say this. Every location in the U.S. has groups of people who kind of operate out of that area. Okay, so when I'm saying that, I'm not talking on these levels. It's talking just about groups that come together and they create that kind of centralized, I don't want to use family feel, but you know what I mean with that. Loco, is this anywhere near a national forest? Girl, you are asking questions like crazy. I don't know about national forest. However, I think I did read about some preserves or something there. It's definitely out there in a lot of open land. Like I said, there is a, a horse, farm or whatever in that area. A lot of the locals were talking about that. Let me pull up my Facebook real quick so I can see if there's been any new updates, in fact, about that. People were talking about all those things. It's really helpful when you can start seeing those different ideas popping up and seeing. Let me see real quickly. This is Brittany T. Here we go. Let's see. Oh. Okay, now I don't know, gang. Guys, I don't like normally doing this. I really don't like doing this normally. But I am hearing some potential stuff about, I'm going to send this to someone real quickly, about a possible other missing woman from the general vicinity. So there could be a lot of different things at play in this case, gang. Really, one of the things I truly don't like to do is just jump onto stuff, because we all know how ideas start developing and next thing you know, you are running down a whole other train of thought that has no truth behind it. And also, but there could be some possibilities of things. And those are the things that they need to keep an eye out for. And also, one second, let me just share that out real quickly. And if anyone wants to take a look at that. Yeah, case comparisons do help. They do get into some other things. I just posted something over Nutty Buddy, Cajun True Crime, Anyone, Burden in Mod Chat. So if you guys want to look at that, and if anything makes sense, let me know. And but if they are checking her phone, are they looking at her bank? I'm sure they're looking. One of the things I had read is that she had her cards on her. Okay, so she had her wallet, I take it. So we haven't heard, though. Has there been any access? The last thing that we have seen as definitive is her phone in the area where she disappeared. Somewhere in that, it pinged in that general vicinity. That's the last we heard. Items of interest, finding, all that, nothing. And that's part of the problem with this, because it makes it more important, gang, that we keep our mind open. Okay, and we don't start zeroing in on stuff too much. We can think about red flags and we can think about where things go, but zeroing in when it's this wide open. What we do know, though, is the family's like, this is not her. This girl is not the type that would go wandering away and not talk to her family. And again, like I think it was Nicole or BC said at the beginning, listen to the family. The family knows. Now, the only problems I personally have with the record, were they fighting type things, is sometimes it's just circumstances. And yes, and that's the truth. How many times we found ourselves making connections that later didn't quite make sense. Now, they're important. I guarantee you there's stuff that the police hold on to. If they hear that this has happened or this has happened, the police are like, okay, that's there. But they know the difference between knowing something is there as a fact as compared to connecting that fact to an outcome. Amy girl, Amy's one of my other fun ones who loves to go researching cases and all that. So, and this one has a lot. I'm really hoping, because this girl, just gorgeous young woman, and getting her home to her family. I mean, we just listened to her sister. Let me see, what else did we have here? I saw another message there. Like, think about the girl whose best friend took her baby out and she was in her trunk, Megan. It's been like 3 years and they thought the guy, see, and that's, well, I go all the time, guys, to Cleo in Australia. How many of you guys remember Cleo? Let me just ask that real quickly. I know this case. I'm going to keep these pictures up here. Whoops, sorry, someone just got run over by my chair. Come here, Wrigley. Come here, baby boy. Oh, yes, like a big mommy. Mommy has to take care of her little boy who got rolled over. See, that's what happens when you sit right below me. Yes. Okay, you sit in the stroller. The fun with 3 dogs, they're underfoot all the time. And but yeah, how many of you guys, put a 1 in chat if any of you remember the story of Cleo out of Australia. Put a 2 in chat if you don't remember Cleo's story. And Cleo happened about 1.5 years ago, I'd say now. Okay, I might have my dates a little off there, but somewhere around that amount of time. Her family had gone to Australia. Well, they lived in Australia, duh. They lived in, okay, Cajun remembers. They lived in Australia and they had gone on vacation. And on Nutty Buddy, Amy is a 1. Okay, so most of you guys remember her. And yep, thank you. Yes, that is the one she walked out of. Exactly. Sorry, Burton just showed me the picture of the home that she walked out of. Let me actually do this. I don't think I closed it yet. Nope, I did not yet. So, but Cleo, what she did was she was with her mom, dad, and younger sibling, and they went on vacation. And vacation was at the beach. Any of you guys who live near beaches knows what that can be like. You just set up well, it's harder to do this in Hawaii, but other locations, You go out there and you set up a tent and stuff. That's what they did. They had a tent set up and all that. They went to sleep that night, and the next morning, little girl was gone. Okay. Everyone pointed fingers at the parents. I mean, come on. How do you take a young, what was she, 3, barely 3? Something like that, like 2.5, something like that. How do you take a child that age out of a tent? You got to unzip the tent, reach, get the kid. How do you do that? So everyone was positive. Oh, well, mom and dad had to have been involved. Something happened. Maybe she got into the water and accident happened. You know how YouTube does, the internet does. Okay, we're all out there trying to figure everything out. And I even was one of those, and I'm usually one who does not like to do that. Well, all of a sudden, we find out it was this guy. A guy actually had her from the neighborhood. Okay, and he played with dolls. Yep, exactly, dog defender. He played with dolls. He was, okay, he had taken her to his house and had her the whole time. And so it was one of those lessons. Each of us had these lessons to remind us and teach us that jumping to conclusions is not helping anyone. We're not helping the person who's missing by jumping to a conclusion. Okay, if police jumped to conclusions, we would never find people because they would make their decision before ever following the clues to where they went. And I haven't seen very little channels be right about the cases they follow. Yeah, it's not our job to crack the case. It's our job to keep the story out, put out the facts. And that's the thing. And that's where, yes, we're going to get our red flags where we're like, Brittany's boyfriend didn't say like, oh no, I don't want you walking there, or didn't call to check up, because these are my questions, my red flags. Okay, I'm like, okay, did he call the family and say, oh, did Brittany get to your house? She was supposed to be coming that way that day. No. Okay. Did he offer, okay, tell her take an Uber? Did she try taking? All these other things are red flags, but they're not facts that prove guilt. And that's what we need to remember. The facts matter. Yes, I want to jump on this idea right now that there could be a second woman out there, but I'm very, very nervous and reticent of doing that, because now, does that mean I'm not going to do it later? Yeah, I'm going to go research. I'm going to try to find out. Okay, it's kind of like I used to follow family history and stuff like that. You guys do your own family history on Ancestry.com. And one time I went back like 6-7 generations. I was so proud of myself. And then all of a sudden I realized I had one connection wrong, which sent me down a totally different pathway. That one connection. That's what happens here. So it comes down to that. But let me real quickly pull up. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I think I can do it this way. I got a picture of the house that she left from. Thank you, Burden, for pulling it up. Here we go. Let's see if I can share it real quick. Let me stop sharing this. Share screen. Okay, let's see if I could do this. I think this is it somewhere. There we go. Okay, so this is the house that she actually disappeared from. Okay, so you definitely can tell. I don't know when this picture was taken, other than the fact it says right now, which I suspect was from the news today. It looks cold. I don't think it's me being in Hawaii that's making me think it looks cold. It looks cold. Cajun True Crime, look at your last comment. Let's see. The other girl is missing from Spencer, Massachusetts, 6.7 miles away, missing since October. Still not found. We need to cover that case too, just to at least get the word out that there is another person missing. Okay, since October. Thank you, Cajun True Crime. We'll have to keep an eye on that and keep that out there for people. And all, but that is scary. That is scary when you have something. That's awful close, especially when you're talking out in rural areas. So, but it looks like this was probably the last couple days. It says possibly 3 total. Burden is saying possibly, are you saying possibly 3 women now? So guys, that becomes a third one. We're sitting here talking about red flags with the boyfriend. There's a possible 3 different women missing here. They may have nothing to do with one another. But again, another red flag. And that's what they're about. And that's where I hope police do start increasing, because the time going from the 10th to the 15th, when they things were really looked at, that's awful long. I mean, 5 days. 5 days that's beyond 72 hours, gang. Okay, I don't like the 72-hour rule at times, but I understand the 72-hour bit. But 5 days? No. I can understand why the family was like, guys, we got to do something. We got to do something about this. But yeah, looking at the house here, definitely there are areas there. So if there were fights or anything, there looks like there are neighbors in the area who could have heard something. Definitely woods around the area as shown by the last picture. And that picture I did try to correspond. It looks pretty close to what we have here. The only problem is that one area of woods I wasn't sure about. Yeah, there could be issues with gang. There could be all sorts of things, guys. And that's why we share what matters. We share this. We get the word out. We make sure that if she is out on roads, okay, or in someone's vehicle, they see her. If something has happened to her on that level. Let's see. Nutty Buddy, I know, JP, I'm just saying speculation, it happened another where people get charged for things they didn't do. Yeah. And it does happen. It does happen. Amy, that is my issue. I have a major, major problem with these. I know our police are short. They are short. They need more. Instead of us taking resources away from them, they need to be getting resources. And the 24-72-hour thing, okay, there are all these rules coming in. And even if there aren't rules, because, yeah, I do think in certain areas they have kind of gotten rid of those ideas. But it's kind of the same thing as what we have happen where people just automatically think, oh, it's a runaway. It's their choice. And it's easy when you know your hands. We've all been in that position where we feel we can't do anything, that we only have so many hours in a day, or we have this or we have that, and we want to be helping out with something, and we just feel like we can't do anything. And also, sometimes people start trying to cover that feeling that they have with, well, yeah, they ran away, or, oh, they did this. Sleuth Mom, but many people, we see their families saying police departments wouldn't take the reports, right? And they use the excuses and it's nothing bad with the police departments, okay? There's some amazing, there's some not so amazing. There are truly issues where people are trying to cover, okay, so many things, especially in a either extremely large community with a very high runaway number or something like that. Okay, but those are the places that need to be setting systems in place. Detroit, for example, needs systems in place to look, because that first 24 to 48 hours is the most important. And in this case, we went 5 days before we're really looking at it. that we're really going out there and sending out a message to people saying, hey, you know what? We need to get the word out because we've got a problem here. We've got a 35-year-old woman whose family says this is not like it. This is not the way it should be. Okay, my daughter, my sister, my wife, my husband, my whatever it is, okay, would not be this type of person. And Boston actress, hey, my dear. I'm really behind in the stream, but thank you for coming. Thanks to Sleuth Mom, too. Oh, Sleuth Mom, thanks for the share, my dear. And so thank you for coming in, my dear. And so, yeah, that's where we all come in, though, gang. And I know there are people who abuse cases for reasons, for views, for money, for whatever. We all know about those people out there. But it's still important that we get these stories out. Because if we're not sharing this beautiful woman's picture here, who's going to know that she's missing? Who's going to know? What if she's not in her area? What if she's not in this location, Brookfield? She could be all the way to Boston. She could be all the way, 5 freaking days. She could be anywhere. We need to share the information out as much as we can. And different pictures, looking in different ways. Because even me, when Burden sent me a bunch of, about half of these pictures, actually, because I literally only had 3 pictures going into this. And she actually went and sent them to me. And I was like, okay, I think this is all the same girl, but I'm back. I have no idea what just happened there. Someone tried to have fun with me. Can you guys see me okay now? Let's see if anyone can see me now. So I lost all my backgrounds, pictures and all. So let me bring those back up. But Boston actress, I really wish she had more coverage. I only learned of this case from you. Exactly. And I think a lot of people. Let's see. Okay, you can see me. We are, oh God, thank God. I didn't even touch it. I'm like, I didn't touch it. What did I do? What did I do? And so, yeah, no, Boston actress, yeah, Burden has covered this case twice today. I wasn't the only, okay, good. So I did go off. It looks like I did actually jump off. I don't know what happened. Wi-Fi did something weird. I'm like, YouTube's coming after me. How dare they? And, we get the, conspiracy tinfoil hat, all that stuff going. We're good. And I pulled a sleuth moment. Yay! I pulled my sleuth moment. I love it, guys. I was actually writing you guys a message in the chat room because I'm like, I'm still here. I think, did the rapture hit or something? Something happened. So, but yeah, for those of you who haven't, by the way, I am looking also because Burden sent me some information about a number of missing people from that area. Okay, this week in Worcester, which is the county, okay, it looks like they are, actually, I'm going to bring this up. We got a lot of people here today wanting to talk and might as well share information that might help people. Maybe we can find or get the word out about some of these people. And also, let me just do this real quickly. Do something a little different than I normally do for these lives. Let's see, share this. Boom. And here we go. So this is actually, thank you, Burden, for sending this for me. And so we can share this all here. And let me keep an eye on what's going on here in the chat. I agree, Running Fox, if family starts pulling things Okay, if there's a candlelight vigil, things like that, that's great. The community is coming through. I can tell this is a very close community because they are already pulling together. So this is according to the NCMEC. All of us know the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Okay, and they have been tracking a number of cases in this county. Okay, 5 of the cases are for children last seen since March 4th of last year, so last 9 months. Okay, and then some of them go all the way back to 78. So this gives us an idea, and these are just children. Okay, gang? We've got Kamaya Thompson, who went missing November 9th, 2022. She, female, black, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'10", 160 pounds. Gabriella Tulliver. Now, the problem is, what are you guys seeing? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing a bunch of people that others would start saying, oh, yeah, I could see that person running away. Oh, I can see that person running away. That's what I'm seeing here. And that's the problem we've got. Okay, this one here, Gabriella, October 4th. Luis Torres, okay, September 21st of last year, so a few months. He's 5'10" and 128 pounds. Leroy Alexander, 5'7", 126, brown eyes, went missing September 1st. This little one looks a little younger than a lot of the others. They don't have the age on these. I'm sure I could get them by going to the actual website and everything. And but here went missing August. So we're coming up, what, 5 months, something like that. But exactly, Sleuth Mom, exactly. But exactly every one of these teens will be labeled runaways and no one will look. It's the same way the adults, the people like Brittany, okay, are labeled, oh, they walked away and they wanted a break. And yes, some of them may have walked away just because they wanted to get away, but they are in frickin' danger. In some cases, okay, maybe they went to someone else's house or something like that, but they're still in danger. We know what goes on out there. We know what, there's a reason why they've made a trafficking awareness month. Okay, you don't have to make awareness months for things that don't exist, hopefully. And Janice Sally Mueller, okay, July. Zolmari Vincente Burgos, May, missing from Rutland, 5'7", 100 pounds. Jillian Clark went missing on May 21st, 5'2", 175 pounds. Tiana James Garcett. Both photos are, and see, this is the important thing for us to know. Look, 2 different pictures, and she looks completely different in both. We then get on the thing. I look at some of these people, and I think about internet and how many times people get pulled away due to who they're talking to on the internet. We see that happen way too many times. And Sue Pay, okay, went missing January 9th, just over a year ago, still missing. Guys, when a person goes missing and runs away, and they're missing this long, that's not a runaway. Something is going on. People cannot make a living on the streets without finding themselves in positions that they wish they were not in. And in many cases, they get pulled into situations they don't want to be in, but they can't get themselves pulled out. And they need people's help to pull them out. And I know I'm talking to the choir here. I'm preaching to the choir. We got Yancy Perez. Now we're going into 2020. Interesting. We go from 2022 to 2020 with almost nothing. That is weird. That's very weird. And then Melvin Martinez from 2013. He may be in the company of a female companion. They may still be in the local area or may have traveled to New York. When Melvin was last seen, he was walking with a limp due to a fractured left ankle. David Reynolds from 2004. He may be in the company of an adult male. Okay. You can start figuring out how old, 88, 98, 16 years old or so when he went missing. And now we've gotten to the point we have to have updated photos, gang. And little one who went missing as a baby here. Height, 2'11", not anymore. Family has missed her whole life growing up. Okay, she's 31 years old now. She was last seen 1991. I mean, for many of you guys, you realize that's when you were in high school or even before. I was in college at that time. Taj Narbonne. Yeah, babies. And now we're getting into that grouping here that many of them were children. And they've had to be brought up under suspicious circumstances. 1971, born the same year I was. Went missing at 10 years old. Andrew Amato. Okay. Both photos shown are him. He has a 1-inch long scar on the right side of his head. What is happening, though, that is helping with groups like this, that I think is wonderful. I think that's it for those pictures, yes. For the people who have been missing for so long, you know where the hope is moving forward? And I know a lot of people have problems with it and all, but this is the huge positive side. Genetic testing. You know how many missing people or murder victims have been identified because of genetic testing? So many. Because someone like that child there, Nutty Buddy, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you look at someone like Andrew there, okay, probably doesn't have any idea if he's out there. Okay, say he was taken by someone and given to a family, black market adoption. We know there's gray market adoption and black market adoption. What if he never knew he had a family till that one day he goes into 23andMe or Ancestry.com, okay, and he does that little spit test, and all of a sudden the tests come back that, what? I've got Wait, no, this is my family. That's how kids are being found nowadays. I've talked to family members who are missing their little boy, and that is their hope. That is their dream that day is going to come for them. So there are so many different possibilities running with that. And, but that's interesting. Thank you, Burden, for sending that to me. Thank you so much for sending that. Because it's really, that's where it's all going to come from. Running Fox, I had to walk away and take a hot bath after Bop's Live. Was so upset for the other Brittany. Yes, the other Brittany. Guys, if you haven't watched Bop's Live from earlier, please watch it. She not only covered this case, but she covered another Brittany. Guys, there's so many missing people out there. I think a lot of times we get used to thinking it's only like 10 to 20 people because those are the only names we tend to usually hear. There are so many people out there missing, and it's hard. It's hard to watch and read it every day. I agree. I think the idea of milk cartons, cereal boxes would be perfect to bring back. Okay, we have electronic receipts. How hard would it be to put a child's picture on a receipt? So when you go to Safeway or you go to Albertsons or something and you get your receipt, it has a picture of a missing person at the bottom because there's a lot of them there. They try to do things by have that wall over, you know, if you go to Kmart or Walmart, they have that wall. Okay, the Code Adam wall or stuff like that. But a lot of times people don't look at all that stuff, but it's a step. It's definitely a step. Gas station pumps. How many gas station pumps have videos now? You can actually, I was at a gas station a couple weeks ago where I was actually able to listen to the news report for that day. What a great way to be able to use things like that. And JP, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not just Mental Health Fridays when we do the mental health lives that people need to take mental health breaks. It's all of this. It is hard to hear all this stuff all the time. But if you take care of yourself, you're able to come back and help get the word out in the future by taking care of yourself and taking it in the bites that you can. And so, no, we get you. Okay, yeah, the first Athena really, honestly, that one hit a lot of us hard. I think a lot of us found ourselves having to take breaks during that case because it was just hard. If CVS can print coupons, we should be able to choose missing people being printed instead. I agree. It's computerized. How hard would it be for them to take the NCMEC database, upload it into the computers for the receipts, and do it that way? The work's there for them. They just have to do a little extra programming. That's it. Gas pumps advertise the Lotto Mega Millions here. Bingo. We saw one of the big positives with Monkey when you started having trucks advertising Monkey's picture. I mean, think about that. When you're driving on the mainland, how many people, drive by these huge trucks with a McDonald's sign on the side of it? And you're sitting there salivating, at the Egg McMuffin on the side of the wall. Well, it'd be nice to have these. But yeah, Aaron, you just hit it on the head. A lot of the people that requires paying for ink. It requires paying for the loss of the revenue, because I guarantee you, people seeing that Egg McMuffin on the side of the McDonald's start salivating at the Egg McMuffin, and they get off at the next stop to get an Egg McMuffin. So there are reasons for it. How can we make it more beneficial for those companies? There's got to be ways. Can we have grants that they can write for that will give them extra money from groups if they choose to do this type of thing? Reward the companies that are willing to do these types of things. Not only us, we all make the choice to go to a company that does those things. That also makes a difference. Cajun True Crime, that was my first case I've ever covered. It hit me so hard. The Athena case, I think you're talking the Athena case, because yeah, that one caught me. I was in the middle of stage managing when they found her. And I broke down. I actually had to tell my cast that, thank God, curtain had not rose yet. So I had a few minutes, and I told them, guys, I've got to walk away for a few minutes. I've got to walk away. And they were good about it. Yeah, freeways, Nicole, could be covered. Even if 10% of these vehicles would do this type of thing. And let's see. Oh, right there. Running Fox. Anyone remember Molly Tibbetts from, that name sounds, what was a jogger killed by a maniac? That's your, okay. Wow. Yeah, and that's it. When you're in a small town and these things happen, it becomes overwhelming as a town, because you've got all the news people coming in, you got all this stuff going on. Plus you have the emotional ties, because everyone is separated by only a couple marks of separation, steps of separation. It's like here in Hawaii, we joke all the time about everyone is related to someone that you know. And it's true. I could go into a room with my friends and I'm going to find one person who is related to another person, someone in that room. It's just the way things are. And also, do you remember the little missing cards that came in the mail? No, I never got those. That would be a great way That's something that could be connected in through the government and all, because the National Post Office can make a decision, okay, about stamps or no stamps needed for something like that. And that's how your cousin was located in another state 5. And that's the problem. How many times we give up hope? We think that little guy that I showed you a few minutes ago is no longer around because it's been 40 years. So we give up hope. I guarantee you, those parents have not given up hope. Yeah, they're probably have some level of realism in the back of their head saying, you know what, I bet you. But you know what? There's hope there too. If they can have hope, why can't we have hope? And how many times have they found someone years later? It happens all the time, and it's going to happen more and more often, gang. I mean, those of us who watch the Netflix thing with what's his name, Ted Bundy. At the end of that Ted Bundy documentary thing, they were talking about the people who were unknown who are still being identified. That's bringing hope to families, because sometimes that hope is just knowing that you have closure too. And so it becomes extremely important to have that ability. Let me see. I think I missed something else here. JP, yep, small towns here too. I have other bad memories. My children's friend killed himself after killing. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I had growing up military. Every single military base is like a small town. Okay, you literally have gates separating you from everywhere else. And when something happens to one person, it happens to everyone. And Running Fox saying it's like nothing happened here before and the cops didn't know how to handle it, because and that's one of the other issues. Actually, Nutty Buddy, I was going to bring that up actually about, and let me bring up our picture for Brittany, because that's still the priority here. Guys, this is a rural area. The police may also not be as used to doing this. So they're following it by the book, probably. They're probably following everything by the book right now. Okay, how often do they have someone go missing in this area? Yes, as a county, they may have things. Okay, but it looks like a lot of them were the ones that probably got thrown into the runaway pile. And unless, I hate to say it, unless you are a family member of a runaway and you're like, I'm not taking no for an answer, this is not what my child would do, okay, they're not going to do it. And that's probably what would have happened in Brittany's case, to be honest with you. My gut tells me. If no one had stood up and said, no, we need to follow up at this. This has gone on too long. And they did. So they went and did that. Now they're looking for and realizing something is going on. And Cajun True Crime, as long as we keep doing what we do, yep, it's hard. It's hard. It's mentally, but we have a community here. We have people who help each other. If one of us is starting to get stressed, another one steps in and says, okay, it's okay. You want to talk? Okay, do you need a little break? Okay, that's what we do, but it does make a difference. It truly makes a difference. Getting the word out about other people. And Running Fox, that's a great idea, Nutty. What did Nutty come up with? Oh, yes, I think yeah, you got it. Yeah, Christola and I were talking about doing some stuff. She was talking to me about some ideas the other day, so I'm going to see if I can help her out with some good ideas. So, Christola, by the way, thank you for sharing that. And right there. Yeah, you don't want to make and that's the thing. The cops so many of them are trying. They're trying. They're wanting to make a difference. But so many times I think you get to a point where you feel like you can't make a difference in these cases. It's too big of an issue. So what do? You throw your hands up. You do all these other things. Okay. And then you run into a case you've never dealt with this type of thing before. Especially in some of these smaller rural areas, you've never had to deal with even a murder in many places. Okay. In many of these small rural towns, the police have never had to deal with a murder in their life. And then something happens and they have to figure out what to do. And so JP, our daughter ran away once. She admitted that it was because we were making her behave. She had to run to, apartment. He used it to his face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, JP. I really am. And that's the problem. A lot of times, we've all been teenagers. We've all been there. We know what it's like. And that's how it starts. And then you get in over your head. And the things happen from there. Spirit. By the way, welcome. I just noticed you popped in. And I've seen your channel before, but I just had surgery. And I'm not sure how I clicked on it. So I'm here sleeping. And I thought, what the fuck did Kitty Foreman get a channel? I was asleep. Oh, dogs. And not an insult, I promise. You are adorbs. Your voice reminds me. Spirit, I'm going to have to go find out. I've got to go back and check that out. I used to joke all the time as a little girl that I had a little Ingalls, oh my God. Laura Ingalls Wilder voice. Seriously. I mean, little Laura Ingalls Wilder, okay? Yeah, that's what I did. I'm happy that you accidentally hit on it, though. I really am. And we do have fun. And this Missing Mondays is turning into something a little different than it normally is. But I'm kind of on a soapbox here. What can I say? And also, I don't get on soapboxes often, but once in a while I do. That's why I love Loco, Bop, and Sleuth Mom channels. It's not all doom and gloom. It's education, but yeah. And it needs to be. You know what? The real world is scary enough at times. Okay. And if we look at all these things without being here for each other and looking for the hope, looking for the way that this gorgeous face can come home to her sister who was standing there with that camera, with her photo out, showing it like this. That's what we're here for. And I do sound like Kitty. Okay. Oh, it's the mom from the 70s show. Okay. Oh my God. Yes. I'm happy you came and joined us, Spirit. And I hope you feel better. If you just had surgery and all that, I hope you feel better. And so, yeah, no fun when you have surgery. Other than the fact you get to lay up and enjoy yourself for a little while. Okay, that part's nice. You don't have kids or other family members or bosses telling you to do this, and this. You can just say, I've got an excuse. Surgery. I'm relaxing. Thank you. And yes, I will mention that. Actually, I'll mention that now just in case I forget. Cajun True Crime has been trying to set up her channel the last few weeks, and her channel is definitely growing, getting her subs there. She wants to do what all of us do here, bring attention to the missing. Okay, she wants to talk about true crime issues and stuff like that. So we are actually going to come together and do some talking about Athena tomorrow. Because there's a lot going on in her case ever since, last week we covered her for Missing Mondays. And I think it was last week with Missing Mondays. And there's been so much that has happened. And it's another one of those cases that really gets rough to talk about and listen to and things like that. But we're going to come together and talk about it together and get a little update done. So please make sure to keep an eye out and sub to her. Yeah, sub to her so that you can kind of get to help her along as she is finding her place out here in the Wild West, known as YouTube. Yes. And so it's crazy. It's crazy. She's getting music to, is she getting, I haven't gotten music yet. How does she get music before? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And oh gosh, and that's what's great about this community, actually. For those of you guys who are just joining in with this community, we joke. For those of you who've never been on any of the, okay, Sleuth Mom does an amazing job covering missing people. And all of them, okay, all of them. Burden's channel to me is like the Today Show for the missing and true crime. Okay, what do I mean by that? I can go to Burden and find everything out about all the big cases I'm wanting to know about all at once. Not just one case. She covers multiple things throughout the day, and I feel like at the end of the day, I've watched my news coverage. Okay, Burden's my news coverage. Yes, that's it. Of you, Burden. And then here we do this on Monday and a couple days within the week and all. And then on Friday, we actually talk about mental health, because I don't know about you guys. And you like that? You like that, Burden, that you're the Today Show from now on? You are the Today Show girl. And also, but yeah, no, Friday we talk about mental health subjects. Last week we talked about ghosting. What we do here, all of us, we're coming out of COVID, we're getting back into the swing of regular work, okay, dealing with all our different issues and stuff like that, from depression, anxiety, okay, being ghosted by friends or non-friends even, okay, all these things. So we come together on Fridays and we just talk about a subject that involves mental health. And then after that, we do Cantina, which is usually a crazy free-for-all that God knows where it goes. Yeah, it can go all over the place. We just talk story and all that. Sometimes do karaoke. Sometimes, yeah, we do all sorts of things. So, thank you, Running Fox. Thank you, my dear. So, please, you got it. You got it. And it's fun. It's a great community. It really is a good community. Thank you, Nicole. You know, the mental health things, gang, they're important for all of us. I mean, seriously, whether it is here, and we did one subject. In fact, I think it was tied with the Athena Week, because things get so, dealing with the news that we hear daily, as well as our own life, it can get hard on us emotionally. It can get so rough. And a lot of times we'll talk privately with each other, but to be able to come together and talk as a community and come up with ways not to keep always saying, oh, this happened to me or that happened to me. I'm a survivor, gang. Okay, I had shit happen to me when I was a kid. That's the past. I move forward. And that's how I live my life now. That's not how I always lived my life, but it's how I live my life now. Okay, my past still comes back and haunts me at times, but that's me. And I'm the type that believes that if you have knowledge, you have power. Okay, it's up to you to use that knowledge to change your life. And those of us who have the ability, the ability to sit down and think about how things happen in life and see even the worst situation that comes our way as a positive that helps us grow. Because if that hadn't happened, we never would have had the chance to grow. And that's what I'll stick with every day. I love the chance to grow, even if it hurts. So, yeah, no, we know the truth. We know the freaking truth. Sleuth, you ghosted the whole community, every single one of us now, okay? You ghosted everyone. No. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the thing. Have you ever noticed YouTube is the one work, I guess you can call it work, that you're not allowed to have PTO or anything? In your head, you're like, oh, wait. I need to take a day off. I need to take a weekend. Okay, what's going to happen? And so it never fails. It never fails. Okay, dogs are going crazy. Yes, Cajun True Crime. Trauma Town's been fun. I've been enjoying her videos so much. She had me in there. Oh my God, the last one was hilarious to look at. I got you in my list. Okay. Yeah. Okay, JP. I'm going to hold you. I think my mom just walked in. And for those of you who don't know, I live with my mom. I help as a caregiver. My mom and brother have been out today. So, and more like she interrupts my YouTube lives all the time. She's a guest star or a guest voice. I think she's only shown herself once, put it that way. So, Amy, I'm cleaning and listening, but I listen to both Burden and Sleuth. I love the facts. Yes, that's what I love about them. And that's why I keep in contact and have the friendship that, and they make even better friends, gang. And, yep, Sleuth is the ghoster. What doesn't kill you make it, it does, gang. It does. It's... You know what? Suicide awareness. Yes. There's a couple that I need to do. Suicide awareness is one, gang. I'm going to be kicking off an addiction subject thing, a whole couple streams probably on it. I have a guest speaker who should have time between him and I to come up and talk on panel about addiction and recovery. So we are going to be working on that. But yeah, suicide awareness is a great one that I need to write and make sure. Tell mama you love her. I love my mama. I love my mom. I actually do, gang. That's one of the greatest lessons from Hawaii. A lot of you guys know, okay, I live in Hawaii. One of the greatest things in Hawaii is a lot of who we are revolves around Asian culture. And a lot of that comes to your family. Okay, honoring your family, it's a real thing. Doesn't mean you have to love them all the time. Okay, but there's a sense of love and honor for family. And I moved out here when I was a junior in high school. So it's become a lot more. I've actually a different person now than I was when I lived on the mainland because of combining all those things. And I love having my mom with me. Oh my God, it's the best thing in the world. We did do suicide awareness a couple times but I think there's still some different ways we can do it. And as new people join in, we get people talking in chats and stuff like that. Ohana, 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 ohana. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of things. I'm sorry, Luku. I don't know why I said we did. Hey, chat is part of this, gang. Okay, plain and simple. Chat is part of all this stuff. So, but hey, you know what I do? Actually, I just realized the time and mom is going to be home. So I do want to make sure that I can at least get through this part also. And yes, I do agree. Okay, those of you who've gone through surgery, those who are, okay, fighting bugs, also chronic illness, okay, that actually, I do need to talk about that. That was on my list. It was, sorry, gang. I have a horrible memory. So if I don't do this, I'll forget what it was I meant to talk about. So chronic illness added suicide. And I am, by the way, just so you guys know, I am a believer in the Harry Potter thought that words have power. And also I don't tend to sugarcoat my words. I will use the real word. Okay, why hide from the real word? Unless YouTube makes me. Then I have no choice. And so you got it. Okay, am I missing anyone here? You weren't here. I want to do this. I wasn't here for, okay, Running Fox. I will definitely get working on those. And so keep an eye, actually, because I might do some changing up of the mental health lives. And we did this one other time when I talked about DV. I had some amazing women come up on panel to share their stories. And I may start trying to do that more often, okay, or more regularly, put it that way. And also keep an eye out for that. So, Harry Potter fan always. I am like, yes, I love my Harry Potter. You guys have never seen my I've got the full Gryffindor, okay, robe in there. I'm a nerd. What can I say? I have a shirt that actually says, okay, I'm a nerd. Get over it. And also, and Harry Potter, I love it. So, anyhow, though, the reason why we started off missing Mondays today, and before we run off for the night, I did want to bring it back to Brittany, because Brittany is why we're here. Hopefully we'll have updates over the next few days, and I'm really hoping we're able to find her. I'm hoping we get some positive updates coming out. And also, but please take a look at Brittany T. She was last seen January 10th, 2023, so 6 days ago. She's 35 years old. This is not normal for her. She is not the type to walk away, run away, any of those excuses, no. And she's 35 years old, 5'6", 120 pounds. She is gorgeous. Okay, again, the pictures there to show you. Okay, her in different looks, okay, hair done slightly different, things like that are so important. She's got brown hair, blue eyes, looks like it's long hair. You never know if things change, though. She was last seen leaving a residence. That residence is her residence where she lived with her boyfriend at 8:30 p.m. and has not been seen from or heard from since. She was last seen wearing a black winter coat, a hoodie, jeans, and work boots. If you have any idea, those of you who live in Brookfield, please check for video surveillance, check your Ring cameras. Okay, go outside, check your tool sheds, your garages, anywhere you think someone would be. It may not be for a person you're looking for. Maybe you go there and you find something that shouldn't be there. Maybe a piece of clothing, maybe a piece of paper. Who knows? Just check around, okay? It's not necessarily just look for a human being and that's it. It could be many things you might come across. But please go out and look for that and get in touch with the Brookfield Police Department if you find anything whatsoever. Their phone number is 508-867-5570. For those people who are not from Brookfield, or you happen to find her, have some information about her, please just call 911. They'll connect you to the right area at some point. Okay, that's more important is just getting the word out as quickly as possible. I will be sharing the posters, both the Instagram size poster and this thumbnail here on Discord, as well as my community tab. Please help us share out Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you have ever had a YouTube channel, there's a very good chance, even if all you have is an account, that you now have a community tab. Okay, check it. Check your page, because I bet you may have a community tab. Because if you have that, you can now share out our stuff that way also. So I will make sure, I will try to share everything out as much as possible so you guys can jump onto it wherever you can get to it. So, and if you have any questions about those things, hey, just let us know. You know how you can email me at thelocalmylife@gmail.com if you have any questions whatsoever. So, and I'm reading and chatting, trying not to crack up about the various Nicoles. Yes, we have an issue with Nicole as a name, but yeah, we won't go there. So, love you guys tons and tons and tons. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome night. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, Cajun True Crime and I will be connecting up. And Wednesday, we are going to be over at Burden of Proof's channel, and we are going to be talking about something. We don't know what. Okay, we will find out as time goes on. Do we have an Amber Alert? We do have an Amber Alert. Shoot. Let me pull that up. Sorry, gang. Let me pull something up before we go. We are going to stop it out until I can find the information. Amber Alert. Sorry, gang. Pulling it up. Thank you guys for letting me know that real quick. I thought I saw something, but I didn't read it. Burden may have sent me something on something. Let me just see what I can find right now. Yep, we do. Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Present, share screen. I will make a poster for this little one also as soon as I finish this live, and I will get that up also. Okay, here is, let me take away my email. You guys do not need my email, blocking the screen right now. Okay, this is our Amber Alert out of Oklahoma. Okay, Kingston, Oklahoma specifically. She went missing today. She's 14 years old, female, blonde hair, green eyes. She is 5'1" and 130 pounds. She was last seen wearing, yes, Christola, your answer is yes. Sorry, my dear. The child was last seen wearing blue jeans, a black jacket, and has a backpack. Now, alert, Abby Carter was last seen at 16979 Rainbow Lane in Kingston, Oklahoma at 2:51 today. So 2:51 today, Oklahoma, I think that's Central Time. So that would have been 2:51 would have been 10:51 my time, I think. Okay, and it's 5:46 right now. So we are talking 5 hours ago. She's been missing for 5 hours, if my mouth works good. Sorry, let me just do this. Okay, if my math, and I do not math real well, but yes. Now, looks like we have an associated companion here. Okay, 43-year-old. So not sure if she's related, gang. No problem, Burden. Sorry I didn't get to this earlier. I just realized that. Not sure if this lady is related to her or not. I'm looking at their pictures. There might be a similarity there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure if anyone in chat has more information on that. I am now, one of the things I'm going to mention real quickly, Christola, sorry, I can't listen to the messages right now that you're sending me that are voice messages. So if it's really important, if you just type it in. So let me check some stuff real quickly while we are sharing this. One of the things I'll tell you about this as I'm trying to pull up more information on her is that, wait one second. Amy, what is her last name? Abby Carter. Okay. Abby Carter. Okay. I was just talking to someone about when someone goes missing with another adult. And a lot of times we're sharing the picture of the child, but what we forget about and what is really important to remember is a lot of times we're going to see that adult before we ever see the child, because in their eyes, the Amber Alert is for the child. So they may feel more safe themselves getting up and going into McDonald's or a gas station or something like that on their own, right? And also it's important for us to always remember to be looking for that. I just pulled up anything I could on this. So let's see. I'll just hit that for now, what we got here. So an Amber Alert has been issued by Oklahoma Highway Patrol on behalf of Marshall County Sheriffs for 14-year-old Abby. It was you, Cajun True Crime. I didn't want to say your name, but yes, it was you. According to OHP, Carter was last seen today wearing blue jeans, a black jacket, and a backpack. She's 5'1" and weighs 130 pounds, blonde hair, green eyes. The suspect is 43-year-old Amy Payne, who is 5'4" and weighs 150 pounds. Still not getting much as to what happened to her. let me see if anything's popping up. There is no description of the vehicle at this time. Okay, got it. Got it. So we're going to have to make a bunch of posters, keep researching. Let me actually do this real quickly. I'm going to check on Facebook, see if I can get any further information quickly, gang. Let's see, Abby Carter. Sorry, gang. Now you get to see what it's like when we start doing tons of research without knowing what's going on at that moment. So, unknown vehicle. Okay, got it. Let's see. Okay, what I'm gathering here as of 56 minutes ago, gang, is that the woman on the right is her biological mother. Her name's Amy Lynn Payne, and she has no custodial rights. So we are getting a little bit more information about that. I'm sure there's more information out there that I just don't want to. I want to verify the information before I go jumping onto it. But it does look like it is a parental type abduction, guys. I made the mistake once of saying that's a parental abduction. Not once, I've said it twice, actually. Gone into a case thinking, well, it's a parental abduction. I don't need, okay, we'll share it out, but you know what? It's not as serious, whatever it is. You know, in your heart, you get these serious levels. And in 2 of those cases, we lost the child. Anytime a child disappears, it's dangerous. We don't know what mom's frame of mind is right now. Okay, as Burden just said, let me pull this up. Abby Carter has been abducted by her estranged, non-custodial parent. Amy Payne is considered to be armed and dangerous. Guys, a parent, it's kind of like the whole thing about runaways. Oh, they're a runaway, it's fine. It's the same thing here. Just because a child is with their parent doesn't mean it's safe. Yes, are there cases where a parent may take another child because that child's in danger where they are and no one's ever done anything about it? Yes, that's possible. But just as often, if not more so, there's other things going on. There's mental health issues going on. There is exactly what Nicole just said. There's a reason why she does not have custody. We don't usually know, not always. There are occasions that people do weird things. Okay, we've talked about CPS, things like that. And yes, it's kidnapping, plain and simple. Plain and simple, it's kidnapping. And if this woman ends up caught, what happens? What happens at that point? Because the problem comes when you have someone who, okay, their emotions, even if they have no mental health issues or anything, when your emotions are running crazy, okay, because you're on the run. Okay, anyone, when you're on the run, all of us have been in an emergency situation in our lives, right? Maybe a hurricane, tornado, something happened, and one of our children walked away in a store, whatever it is. We don't think normally at those times. Our brain is in a different place. And so you run into these cases where you don't know what could happen. Okay, she may truly love her daughter, but when things happen, her daughter is in danger right now, plain and simple. So we need to get the word out. I'm going to close this one up real quick because I want to get posters out. I know we've got a lot of people making posters right now, which is great, which is wonderful. We can get those posters out and shared as quickly as possible. But let me look one more time here if there's anything else I can pull up. Video wise, maybe there's some video here. That one has video. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I'm going to let this play, see if it has anything different than what we've been talking about.
An Amber Alert has been issued for a 14-year-old girl. This is out of Marshall County. It's in the southern part of our state. The girl's name is Abby Carter, again, 14 years old. She was last seen in Kingston, Oklahoma around 3 o'clock today. OHP tells us she was wearing blue jeans, a black jacket, and had a backpack as well. Take a good look at her picture here. Again, you see the description. If you have any information that can help out, you're asked to call 911.
We will have more on this Amber Alert when you join us for KOCO 5 News at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so it gives us a little bit there. So we'll see if we got more. She was last seen on Rainbow Lane in Kingston around 2:50 this afternoon. So if we get any more information, we'll definitely be sharing posters for both. Okay, both this case and for Brittany T. All of that will be out there, and we will do whatever we can to help things out. Sorry, I'm trying to read Christola. I'm sorry, hon. Sorry, girl. Christola, Brittany. Oh, sorry. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good there. You're good no matter what, Christola. You're always good. So, anyhow, Oklahoma. So I am going to log off real quickly so we can get all this stuff out. Please keep an eye out. If you, okay, I'll have the posters on Discord and Facebook. For those of you who are looking for a way to join me on Facebook, this is my group, or you can join me, The Local My Life, on Facebook. And I'll post things there for you also. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me so long tonight. This was a little longer than normal, but we had a fun little talk, and I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. And also, I will talk to you later. Okay, love you all. Aloha, mahalo, and I'll see y'all later. Au revoir. Bye-bye.